Ayo, what is going on, guys? Alejandro here, and welcome back to the episode of Magayon. In this episode, we're going to be building the perfect roundabout. Disclaimer, I don't think this is really perfect because there's no such thing as perfect in this world. Wow, we became philosophical for a second there. Anyways, this is the best that I can do. This is the best type of roundabout that I can do, and this is a fairly medium-sized roundabout. It's not that big, it's not that small. I think I should have used wider streets, but the series that I'm creating right now is like a super scaled down build. We're trying to fit in as much places as possible, so I'm just doing these lane connections right here, and it's gonna be the same for all four sides, so I just copied and pasted them. And yeah, just watch it because I'm going to be explaining to you guys what Magayon is. For those of you who don't know what Magayon is, it's a Cities Skylines Series where I take inspiration from various Southeast Asian cities, mainly for now the Philippines, and specifically the Manila Bay and the waterfront. So if you're familiar with a roundabout that it's in Manila Bay, and that's the one you'll find in the world's largest mall, I think, SM Mall of Asia. Yeah, I've been there once, but I don't have a memory because I was like super young and I don't remember anything from that. I think I was a baby. No, I was 4, 5, 6. Anyways, this new update of the intersection marking tool has been a game changer. Like, I can put lane markings on segments, and as you can see, I'm copying and pasting them, just rotating them everywhere because this is just the same. They are symmetrical, 4 sides. Yeah, but I will be changing them in the next episode because the roundabout that is in Manila Bay, that is in Mall of Asia, only has 3 connections. The one connecting to EDSA and 2 connecting to, local roads. I don't know the name of that, but, And those rows are very, very wide, but I scaled them down for this build. Everything that I'm building here is super scaled down because I want to fit in as much of various different places as possible. So if you're familiar with $2.20's new series, Oceania, which if you're not, why not? You should go check him out. Link is in the description or here or something. And I'm taking inspiration from that, where he takes inspiration from open world games like GTA and all those kinds of stuff. And I'm also taking inspiration from that because Magayon won't be a single city, but it will be different. It will be an entire region, like it's a whole province, like Marble Mountain. That's the kind of scale, because Oceania is more like an entire country or a continent, because Oceania is a continent like Australia, New Zealand. But anyways, it's gonna be filled with a lot of small little spaces, unique little spaces. Even though they're like huge in real life, we're gonna make it like as if they look big even though they're small. You know what I mean? I think I sound confusing, but if you get the point, that's good, because I won't be explaining it again because it's a messy topic. Anyways, I'm using these concrete pedestrian paths, which are a huge game changer. I keep saying that again and again because they have been quintessential to all the builds in Magayon, and they will be in the future. Yeah, I'm just dividing them for local access paths and people just walking around this area kind of path, because these wider pathways are going to be reserved for the businesses so that they can put like patios and such. I don't know, but I think that's a little bit, gives it a little bit more vibe, like it makes it more engaging for people walking, because even though this area is a bit heavily car centered as the development is, I want to make Magayon as walkable as it can be. And we also have a bike network that I will be connecting in the next episode when I build the biggest mall in the world, I think, the Mall of Asia. Yeah, they have an I'm blabbering. They have an amusement park at the edge of the bay, like on the waterfront. So I'm also excited to build that. I have so many things planned for Magayon, and if you wanna be updated whenever a new episode drops, consider subscribing, because we're actually nearing 1,000 subscribers, and that would mean a lot for me. And if you want to share your blessings and help me make more videos, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so that you'd be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So I'm just copying and pasting these the paths and planters and trees and such to the other sides, because this build is very symmetrical. So this will not be quite a long episode unless I did this like manually. Thank God we have Move It. Cities Skylines has changed so much in the years since its release, and yeah, it's been so exciting to see the game grow and develop and the community develop along with it. And I don't know, do you guys want a Cities Skylines 2? I think a Cities Skylines 2 would be a great thing, where they focus more on they add like, I think, politics more, because I'm just playing for pure aesthetics, but I also want to think about like trade with other cities, like multiplayer, that kind of thing. And yeah, but oh, that's a different tangent right there. Anyways, if you're new to this channel, I'm just here to remind you that in this series we go on so many different tangents, so many different topics. So if you want to stay up for that, leave a like, and if you don't, just keep on watching. Anyways, getting back on what we're doing here on screen, we are building the center point, the focal point, the centerpiece, the creme de la creme. It's not even right, the creme de la creme. My French accent is not that yeah, I should probably stop. This is offensive, and we will stop. Anyways, we're gonna have in the real life version, and while I'm checking inspiration, there is a huge globe. There's a huge metal earth statue in the middle of this, and I actually have one asset like that, but it's too big, like it's gigantic. But I think it's up to scale to the real one. But as I've said, this build is smaller. Everything in Alejandra is smaller. Yeah, but it looks big. We're all playing with visuals and perspectives here, and yeah. Anyways, so taking its place for now is a fountain, which is sadly not visible from ground level. You have to look at it from above so that you'd see it. So that's why when I took the cinematic shots in the preview and also in the final cinematic, I put the camera a little bit higher so that they would have like a view of that. I will be changing that in the next episode, because I'm still going to be looking for an asset that will fit nicely. I don't think a globe would be too realistic, to fit in that nicely. I wanted to make it its own, because the Magayon is not being 100% focused on copying what's real. Because if you didn't know, Magayon is an alternate history where the Philippines was never colonized by Spain, America, or even Japan. They just stayed relatively as is. I saw a comment yesterday that like Japan, which was never colonized, they still got a lot of influence from European and Dutch and such. And I think Mayon will be taking inspiration from those places, as well as Japanese and American types of architecture, because that's the most prominent in the workshop, and we're going to be using that to our advantage. Because yeah, we're going to be removing the colonialism part of the Philippine history, which is like all of the history that is being taught in our books. We don't even know what happened before, and if you want to know, it's very limited resources. But thank God there's a lot of there's a lot of people raising awareness. But because we have so many limited information, sometimes fake news and misinformation can spread. So yeah, we are slightly miseducated on our history, but I think there's still time to make up for it, because it's never too late. It's better to be late than ever. It's my saying, it's kind of my thing. But anyways, this video is sadly coming to an end. So if you've enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below what you want to see next, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. This is Alejandro, signing off. Bye!